Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! So today's video is going to be my 2016 beauty favorites. 2016 was interesting in terms of makeup because I bought a crap ton as always, but I also rediscovered a few products. So a lot of the products that you'll see here are new products or products that were released in 2016, but then also products that I just discovered on my own. So they might not have been a new release, maybe they've been out since forever, but it's something that I found for the first time and actually loved and used. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, that way you don't miss out on any videos, and hit the little bell, that way you can get notified when I do upload videos, since YouTube be trying to play people. Yeah. So I'm not going in any particular order, but as I was thinking of what products to include in this video, these were the first thing that popped into my head because hands down, I loved it all throughout last year. I used them to travel with. I was using them on a damn near constant basis, and they are the Anastasia Glow Kits. Now the shade Bronzed right here is like my absolute go-to. So I am wearing it today. I use it in more of like a subtle highlight, but you can easily build these up. They are so beautiful. They're pigmented. The powders are super soft. It doesn't really show too much texture on my skin unless I'm like really breaking out. Then I mean, any highlighter will bring out that like bumpiness. But these are just absolutely beautiful. Sticking with the highlighting theme, another product that I just absolutely adored and loved and really just hit a home run with me for 2016 was the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow Palette. There are 3 blushes, 2 highlight shades, Champagne Pop, which was already released, and then Prosecco Pop, which is my absolute favorite. And I'm really hoping that Becca re-releases it, even if it's under a different name. I don't care. I just absolutely love the way it looked on me. And because this has blushes and highlights, I've actually also been traveling with this. So I've either taken this and my Sun Dipped palette, or just this one. I was trying to think of if there were definitely blushes that I liked throughout the year, but nothing really wowed me quite like the Marc Jacobs Air Blush. This is the shade Night Fever and Hot Stuff. This is my favorite one of all of the ones that they released. I think there are about 5 or 6 shades. I love all of the shades, or rather I like all of the shades, but I love this one. And the packaging is so beautiful. It's nice and sleek. It's really pretty to keep in your makeup bag or in your purse, or you know, you just like whip it out and blah, you like look all cute. But the blushes are super pigmented. They blend easily. They don't look patchy on the skin or anything like that. I absolutely adore these. Okay, moving on to foundations. 2016 is the year that I discovered like a crap ton of foundations, and I just could not help myself. I fell in love with so many different formulas and for different reasons. So I'm gonna walk you through a couple. I couldn't pick just one, I'm sorry. First up is the Maybelline Better Skin Foundation. This was a surprise for me. I did a review on it. There was nothing really that like wowed me personally. It wears beautifully, it looks great on my skin. I think this was the deepest shade. And it's a nice foundation, and so I wasn't really like wowed by it, but every time I wore this, people would always compliment my skin. They would always say, oh, you have great skin, or you look really nice today. It's nothing about like my makeup. They never said my makeup looks good. They always complimented my skin. So this does have like a very natural like skin like look and feel to it, but it just makes you look better. The next product that I used on days that I didn't really want to worry about my makeup or my skin is this NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. Now this is, I guess, technically a tinted moisturizer, but it does not feel like a tinted moisturizer. It actually gives me personally, the look and feel of a foundation that's just somewhat lightweight. I use this like crazy throughout the summer. I am in the shade Polynesia, which is dark 1. It's lightweight, it doesn't feel cakey, it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and again, it just looked completely flawless. The last 4, yes, I said 4 foundations, I'm telling you, I'm a crazy woman, are a little bit more fuller coverage, but these are the foundations that I wore or that I reached for if I wanted an absolute like flawless look. The first one is Este Lauder Double Wear Light. If you follow me on Twitter or if you've been subscribed to my channel since early January, you would know that I actually started working for Este Lauder in January, and I had no idea that this even existed. I obviously know and love my double wear, but sometimes that just felt too heavy and too cakey on my skin. Double Wear Light is just so amazing. It is a lighter version of Double Wear. So another one that I fell in love with was the L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation. I like this because it is a demi matte finish, so it doesn't make you look flat. It covers everything. It is a drugstore product. It is absolutely beautiful formula. I absolutely love this. Of all of the Pro or the Infallible Pro collection that they've released, the Pro Matte is my one favorite, and I actually recommend it if you're looking for a great drugstore foundation that's full coverage and that'll get the job done and last all day. Pro Matte. Speaking of products that last all day, girl, this is the MAC Pro Longwear Foundation. I want to say I discovered this in 2015, but this thing is like no joke. I put it on in the morning and it is there at nighttime. So this is something that I would use in the evening when I'm going out, and I don't want to worry about my makeup or getting like too oily or getting too shiny, because this lasts a long time. It doesn't break apart on your skin, and it leaves you looking, again, flawless airbrushed finish. And the last one is my Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. I am in the shade Rich Honey. I discovered this product in 2016, I want to say. It's been around for a long time. It is full coverage, and again, it lasts all day, and it leaves me looking matte but not flat. So I had to like pry myself away from using this. I was using it so much that I actually had to like put it away and reach for any of the ones that I've mentioned before. This is just such a good formula if you have oily skin. It controls your oils, it doesn't make you look flat, it lasts a long time, and it's a squeezy tube, so I actually really adore this. I think of all of the foundations that I've mentioned today, drugstore, high-end, whatever, this is the one that I would recommend. Continuing on with skin, or like my base, I have two concealers that I absolutely fell in love with throughout the year. The first one is this Clinique Line Smoothing concealer. I was using this in the beginning of the year non-stop. It was my go-to. I absolutely adore it. I love it for the under eye area specifically. So I love this one, but the one that I think that I love the absolute most, and it sort of pains me to say this because every single person on YouTube like raves about this. It's been in so many yearly favorites so far, and I hate to say I drank the Kool-Aid, but Tarte Shape Tape. Now, I first bought the shade Deep because they launched with so many shades and one dark color. So that's the one thing that I don't like about Tarte, is that they will literally launch with like 12 different shades and literally one deep shade, and everything else they try to call it deep, but it's not. But that's the end of that rant. So this shade I primarily use to brighten the under eye area. And then not too long ago, they extended the shade range and they launched this one, which is Rich. And then there's another one called Mahogany, which is even deeper than me. I had purchased that one, but that one was way too deep. I'd probably use it to like cream contour, but I don't cream contour. But this one is a little bit more neutral, so this is what I would use if I just want to conceal like my dark circles under the eyes. This I use to highlight. Together, they're pretty bomb. The Tarte Shape Tape, I see what the hype is all about. It's always sold out because it is like full coverage concealer. It doesn't settle into your fine lines or wrinkles or like creasing. That's a big problem that I have with the under eye area, is that every concealer creases under my eyes. This does not crease whatsoever. And in 2016, Benefit launched like a whole brow category. It was a big thing, and I of course had to check it out. And I did find a few things from the entire collection that I loved, but the two standout products were these two brow pencils. The first one being my favorite. This is goof proof. The name says it all. It is really difficult to mess up your brows with this one. Similar to the Hourglass one, it has a slanted tip, so it makes like drawing in or filling in your brows super easy, which is what I love about it. And then the other one is the Precisely My Brow. So this one has a finer tip to it, so this is good for, at least for me, for filling in or like drawing in those hair-like strokes, and then also for outlining the brow. And then when it comes to eyeshadows, I mean, hands down, I think Anastasia just killed it for me this year. I buy a lot of palettes because I'm always trying things, and one of my favorite palettes is the Tartelette in Bloom, not the original Tartelette. But when I thought of just releases that got me really hype and like that I was so happy to buy, Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. When it came out, I wasn't really checking for it because it's a lot of red tones, and I was just kind of like, meh, I'm not really into it, but I ordered it for whatever reason. YouTube made me do it. And I was so happy that I bought it. It is such a stunning palette, and I think it contains the right amount of like neutral everyday ones, and then like the pops of reds and pinks, which I would never think to wear just like if I were to see it as a single eyeshadow. But this palette is so well thought out. The other palette, which I'm calling like the palette of the year for me, is the Mario palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills. Again, so well thought out. The color combinations are just absolutely beautiful. I do have to give it up to the Anastasia Beverly Hills team, because whenever they come out with a palette, again, you don't question why a single shadow like belongs in there. Everything just works. It's so cohesive. The powders are super soft. They're like nice and finely milled. They're pigmented, they're creamy, they're buttery, they're easy to blend. The first gloss, I actually don't have it with me. I don't know where I put it, but if you've watched any of my videos, it's no surprise. It's the Marc Jacobs Enamored Lip Gloss in Love Drunk. The perfect lip gloss. I've talked about it so often on my channel that I think people might get tired of it. Another absolute favorite is Fudge by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the perfect nude for me. I apply it, it gives you like shiny lips, but not like you ate a bucket of chicken. And then to round out the like lip gloss category, I have to give a shout out to the NARS Velvet Lip Glides. These launched a few months ago, so like towards the end of 2016, and I fell in love. I think they came at the right time because I was getting a little over the liquid lipstick craze. And this is just like the perfect hybrid between a lipstick and a lip gloss. So it goes on very creamy and very pigmented like a lipstick, but it's not drying, and it has like the shine factor of a gloss when it first applies. And of course, I mentioned liquid lipsticks, and this might be controversial, but I don't care. I think my favorite liquid lipstick brand of 2016 has to be Kylie Cosmetics. For some reason, people either love it or hate it, and put aside the name Kylie, like don't care if it's her brand herself. I think the products work. I like them because they're pigmented. They don't dry out my lips like as horribly as like the ColourPop ones. The ColourPop ones, I apply them and they crumble and they flake. I found very few colors that don't do that, so I do have a few key colors, but they're very inconsistent. So I'm afraid to actually purchase more of the ColourPop ones because I've had some experiences that were just not good whatsoever. And as you can see, I have so many of the Kylie lip kits. I'm a woman with a problem. No, but I do like the Kylie lip kits a lot. Like, I don't find them drying. I don't find them to flake on me. I know some people say that about them. There are people who say it's like ColourPop formulas. It might very well be, but I just find them to be completely different. I own ColourPop, and again, they're so inconsistent. Now with these, there are some colors that are patchier than others, but it's nothing that you can't fix. And again, all liquid lipsticks are drying, at least in my opinion. I've tried the Stila ones. I know people love Stila. That one is super drying also on me. The Kat Von D, drying. So I have the same format and the same like routine for all of my liquid lipsticks. I apply a lip balm underneath and then I apply the liquid lipstick, but the Kylie ones are the only ones that I feel lasts all day, and even as it wears off, it leaves like a nice stain, but I can eat while wearing them. Of course, if I'm not eating like greasy ass pizza, but I can eat while I'm wearing them and I don't have to worry as much. I'm a fan. Like I adore the liquid lipsticks, and I think the lip pencils are so creamy and so beautiful, and I think it's just a winning combo. I'm wearing Love Bite today, and yeah, I do think that there are some colors that are very similar. Like, she needs to be smarter about what color she's releasing, because they're all getting to be very similar, but that ain't stopping me. Again. So there we have it. Those are my 2016 beauty favorites. I'm really excited for 2017. I've told myself that I'm not going to buy as much because I was doing like a cleanup of all of my makeup, and I have a lot of makeup. So I'm thinking of like doing a series of kind of dipping into my stash and kind of rediscovering all of the makeup that I have, because I have a lot. So if that's something that you guys want to see, definitely let me know. Leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite products of 2016 are, and thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!